Shout out to J&J.
So I just want to send a shout out to J&J Sports for having me once again.
This is, episodes, man. You guys got a real good thing going on.
So Dallas Cowboys longtime tackle, but he did spend last year with the Jets. Tyron Smith has retired. And I just want to start off by saying he actually used to wear a leg brace as an arm brace because he was such a large person. And the only other player that I knew for sure did this was J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
So why don't they just make larger arm braces?
I mean, I don't know, James. That's a good question. I think it's probably because not a lot of players have big arms, so they're probably not even thinking about it like that.
Yeah, they just kind of improvised with that. What's interesting about Tyron Smith is he also played against Watt multiple times in his career and did pretty well. Do you think Dallas will miss his dominance at the O-line?
Yeah, they'll miss it, definitely. How do you feel like the O-line is currently with Dallas?
Well, his successor over at the left tackle, Tyler Guyton, took over, and he had a pretty rough year.
This season?
Where looking at Tyron, he had a decent year with the Jets, although he did only play in 10 games and then was sidelined with a neck injury.
Okay.
So Guyton does have some literal big shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it would be hard for him to get compared to this future Hall of Fame tackle?
Yeah, it'd definitely be hard. It shouldn't be a comparison. He should kind of just create his own style.
Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, there isn't a whole lot to say about Smith and the time that he spent with the Jets, ending with a neck injury. But he does have almost as many Pro Bowls as his former quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. 8 to Rodgers' 10 Pro Bowls.
And, James, just not to go off topic, but, one thing I do appreciate the NFL, they do give a lot of Pro Bowls to, like, defensive and offensive, like, linemen and back. And I feel like that's showing appreciation because they don't get a lot, during regular season. So, yeah.
That's a good point. And that has me kind of curious. Are Pro Bowls important?
Yeah. Not to me. At first, I thought, okay, this just like whatever. You know what I mean? It's nothing. But no, it's showing recognition of those players that don't get that recognition because we're always focused on the quarterback, the wide receivers. The running back just started getting more recognition. But the defensive guys don't really, unless you're a corner or something like that, but they play a major part, protecting the quarterback, tackling the quarterback, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious. Do you think Aaron Rodgers was a factor in Smith choosing retirement?
That could be. Yeah, that could be a possibility. Because when the Packers and the Cowboys kind of like, they had a little rival, or...
Yeah, there's definitely a long-time rival.
Yeah.
I think going back to the 1960s, they were in the famous Ice Bowl game.
Yeah.
And I've seen him hold his own against the best defenders in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I remembered in 2011, I was relieved that Dallas had picked him.
Yeah.
And he also seemed like the start of Dallas valuing high draft picks at O-line, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How important is the O-line to a running game?
Very important. Without the O-line, and I appreciate the running back that do appreciate the O-line because without them, man, you can't really do nothing. So you have to have a good relationship with those guys. Yeah, very important.
Did going to USC help prepare him for the NFL's most dangerous pass rushers?
Yeah, because USC's tough, man, especially on the football side of things. Yeah.
And, even though he was injured often, as we had discussed earlier, he still had a fantastic career.
Yeah.
And, he was also very quiet, and I could definitely be wrong about this, but I don't see him going into broadcasting. Do you think he could be a coach instead?
Yeah, but, like I said, maybe I started off quiet too, James. Maybe maybe that'll help kind of bring that personality out, him being on the broadcasting type of deal.
And I'm kind of curious. So if he does decide to go the coaching route, will or should Dallas hire him as an O-line assistant coach for starters?
Yeah. I mean, that only makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I would welcome that. the O-line is going to have to rebound after losing him and a few other like longtime starters.
Yeah.
So hopefully this next year they look a lot better.
A little bit, yeah, absolutely.
Y'all, please let us know what you think about Tyron Smith retiring, and do y'all think he'll go into broadcasting?
Definitely, we'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. But you guys, that's the end of our show this morning. We appreciate you guys for episode 104, man. We love you guys. Just keep rocking with us. We see the numbers, we see the views, we see everything, and we want to say we appreciate you guys. James?
Everybody, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and tell your friends. And also, if y'all would like to see any topics, want us to cover any athletes, just let us know in the comments.
Definitely. Draft is coming up. We'll keep you guys. We're definitely covering the draft for sure, and how we feel about it and our predictions for the upcoming season. But as always, I'm Jamar McKeel.
I'm James Shirley.
And y'all got served with J&J Sports, episode 104. See y'all next week.
J&J Sports.
Coming to y'all live in 2025.